Hello everyone and welcome to day 2 of Winter Magic. I am so excited that you are here and hope you're enjoying camp. Today I just wanted to talk about some things we can do to add a little magic to our winter. And I've got a few ideas in our journal here, and one of them is to make some glistening candles. Just want to let you know we're going to do that on day 4 of week 1, so you can look forward to that. And then today I just wanted to mention adding another string of lights someplace. I think lights add so much magic. In fact, my mom added some colorful Christmas lights around her bathroom mirror, and the grandkids loved it so much. If they had a sleepover, took baths, they always wanted Grandma to turn on the lights in the bathroom. So think about where you might add an extra strand of lights. Okay, and speaking of lights, we have some of the cutest little Christmas bulbs here. We have our Merry and Bright and our Holly and Jolly cards. Those are the ones we're going to be working on today. So we're going to start with Merry and Bright, and I have just a few tips that I wanted to give you. Before we get totally started though, I want to show you the supplies we'll be using, and that is our tongue twister card cutout 432, card cutout 435, the cute inchworm light bulbs, and card cutout 436 are red wagon light bulbs, 438 orange poppy light bulbs, 439 are vintage lilac, and then 481 are holly leaves. And then of course the spattered blackbird. I just love the spattered pattern, especially on the blackbird, because it feels like snow or stars. It just has such a fun effect. So I've already cut out our Christmas lights. And what I did is I kind of positioned, well, I actually did several things, and I learned as I went along the way. I first stacked all of my light bulbs up close, like that, and then I just poked 2 holes. And I used my piercing tool. Now you could use a thumbtack, whatever you have, a push pin, and do it on something that has a little bit of give. Sometimes I've used a project, a mouse pad works great, or if I didn't have a mouse pad convenient, I just took a dish towel and folded up several times so there was just enough cush there that I could get my piercing tool to go through. So now I have all of my light bulbs punched, and we'll just do them in the same order that we have them in our card. And then the thing that you're going to want to use, you'll just use the needles, but this is the trick to remember. Maybe I'll slide it on here so you can see a little bit better. You want to realize how you want your bulbs positioned on the card. I wanted this one to be like upside down, and I put it all together, and then it didn't go upside down very easily. What I realized is you need to position it like that before you string it. And I just used one of our Lasting Impressions needles and our floss, and then I just made sure I was consistent, and you can decide how you want to do it, but my thread started at the top and went behind and then came out. Started at the top, went behind, came out. You could do it the opposite way. Either way is good. And then the ends here, if you want to tuck them behind and tape them down or leave them loose. And you could use all kinds of things to thread your light bulb. You could actually use wire. I think wire could be very cute. Or you can use jute. I used our embroidery floss, our thread, and that works well as too. So whatever you want, you could use ribbon, just a little fine ribbon. So just the secret to remember is to position your light bulbs the way you want, and then just be consistent of where you start and stop your threads. So those are the main things I wanted to show you about this card, but I want to show you a new twist on a tag of light bulbs as well. So I'm just going to set this aside. I love this also, I just want to say, on this blackbird. I mean, it just makes those light bulbs pulp. it just makes those light bulbs pop. Okay, so we had our tags that we've been using, and this is the large light bulbs on those different cutouts. So you can see this is the large size. The card we just worked on used this medium size here, and that's really fun. You can also make a really cute garland with that medium size or the large size light bulbs. So I just cut them both out, and as we have talked about before, I leave just a little of the white trim. It just helps them to stand out and pop. I have used the large holly leaf from card cutout 481 just to add a little Christmas twist. And then, so this would make a darling tag. Just punch your hole here, add your little jute, twine, whatever you want to have as a tag, and just write to from either on the front or on the back. It is just really makes such a cute gift tag. But another little twist we can do from our card cutout number 92. This is bringing back one of our favorites. I just simply cut out this, and look how cute that looks on there. I just think that is a really fun addition. And I'm just use the back of this card, but you can see, look how cute that is as a card as well. So that just gives you another twist for a card that you can make either with tags, use it as a tag, or with your background and make it a card. Okay, the card that, our last card we're going to be working on. Let me grab it here. Is this little holly jolly Santa Claus. I think he's so cute. I've had a lot of fun working with him. So the twist I wanted to give this is how the card opened. So I'm going to basically use all of the same supplies, but I want to have the card open like this instead of a traditional half sheet folded, or half sheet folded in half. So to show you how I did this, you can come up with whatever way you want, but I took a standard 8.5 by 11 piece of like copy paper, and I cut a 4 1/4 inch strip lengthwise like this. And then I folded it in half, like so, and then I folded each half into the middle. So that kind of creates our little gate, if you will. And then I just put them together, and I trimmed off these sides. Now, I folded it in half again so they would be the same, and trimmed it here. And the thing that is so fun about this is this way you're able to make this point as pointy as you want, or you could even widen it so it's not such a drastic angle here. The next thing I did is I just cut a 1/4 sheet of paper. So this is basically a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 piece of paper. I did trim it a little smaller, but you could glue it into your card and then fold your flaps in if you wanted. I did not take the time to score these first. I just folded them, but you could score that. So I just used the glue stick again this time, because I wanted to get the very edges, because I wanted it to fit really crisp and flat. So I glue sticked that down, folded my tags in, and then using those same elements, we have just given a different twist. I have already hooked them together just to save time, but I cut out my Santa. I used puffy tape on the little holly, and then those are all on. Let me see if I have it. Oh, here we go. Oh, in fact, I realized I forgot to tell you what supplies we used with this. Card cutout 434, card cutout 432, 468, and then the card has the Christmas plaid, but for the sample, the variation, I use the Christmas stripes, but the plaid would be darling as well. And then I did use spattered inchworm inside of the card, because I like when it's closed that you can see the pattern behind the coordinating pattern. So you could use any color combinations or pattern combinations you wanted. So this time I flipped the little vine shape. I turned the different direction and I made it go a little more to the side versus the bottom because this card has a horizontal layout. So as I was mentioning, I used puffy tape for the holly leaf, and that is on that little Santa card cutout. Let me just show you here. So the holly leaf here, and I just left it as one piece. I did not cut it out separately and glue the berry on, but you could, or you could even use a little button on top for the berry if you wanted. And then you could use this ho-ho from the edge or any other sentiment you wanted. So I kind of curled the edges of the ho-ho so it was like a little banner sitting on his beard. And then again, as I mentioned, I positioned the Santa a little more to the side versus lowering it as I did on this one. And then the trick you want to remember is to make sure that you only mount or hook the ho-ho-ho or your Santa onto one side because you want it to be able to open. Now there's a couple of different versions that you could do here. Like you could actually tape this down so it's always closed. And it could be fun even to just at that point add a little sentiment inside here with a little holly leaf. Or you could add this holly and jolly from the other card that we used. So whatever you want to do on the inside. Now you could do that just so it's tucked in on here. You could even add just a little typed message that you've done and cut out to put on here for your Christmas cards. So there are so many possibilities with this layout. I really like how it creates a new look for a card. And look how different, the same supplies basically, but a really different looking card. So I hope you're enjoying camp. Thanks for stopping by and we'll see you tomorrow.